Lately the house has been a mess with all my art stuff around, therefore we decided to swap rooms so that I no longer worked in the living room and instead set up the computer area as my studio room. I found this really important since we literally could not bring anyone over with how messy my art stuff was making the living room. So yeah, this was definitely long overdue.
What is that?
Yeah, so it's the next day and I have changed a few things here. I didn't record after the last footage because I was so tired. The later part of the day I was just like so tired, so I did not have the energy to film. But yeah, a few things have changed here. I have added my kind of jewelry making kit and I just decided to leave it on the table because I always use the stuff in here, whether it's resining or whether I am using polymer clay. And on my other table I also just tend to leave it on the table, so I decided to leave it there. Toothpicks are always out. I use it for both resining and polymer clay. I also took out the cotton pads because I use cotton pads regularly with the alcohol. And yeah, the alcohol, I decided to hide it under or behind my calendar and my pretty display. This came from my old desk. I've been experimenting with this kind of jewelry, kind of like a cottage core feel. It has a little bit of glitter in it. I'm still not too sure of it, so I haven't covered it. This is a ring holder, as you can see. I always have like a spare ring to use when I am making the ring holders. I like to make them mini for this reason. Like, you know, it can fit in nooks and crannies. You can travel around with it. Yeah, so I thought that this week's studio vlog was going to be about solely me remaking my new studio, but it turns out that it will take this guy, this shelf that I'm using as a plant holder right now. It will be until next Monday that I can put it up on the wall. So I've actually had to start working. Instead, I will just show you what my studio looks like at the moment. I put my tripod in this section. Yeah, this is the shelf. So yeah, some of it is my partner's stuff. And it'll definitely be helpful when the shelf is up because I have a lot of equipment here as well. So you can see that I've hidden like a little table shelf down here as well. I mean, at first it was working, but definitely there are some things below here that I can put on the shelf or on this tall boy shelf. This is like where I will do my polymer clay stuff in the future. This is why this tile is here. I used to just work on a glass table, but now this is not a glass table anymore. It's like my computer station is where I'll pack, but it's also where I will resin. So even though you can see that my UV stuff is here, because of the window, I can't actually resin in front of the window. It's not a very good idea. I've actually had to get a new brush in order to resin because my old brush basically like stiffed up because I was just sitting in front of this window. I know it looks ridiculous. I actually had like a rubbish bin originally, but I don't know, I just like using this bin. I feel like it's easier, but also I like having the ability to sort of close this bin just in case I should still be blocking fumes that are from like resin that I wipe off on tissue and stuff like that. I also got a stamp for my brand and thought it would be a great idea to use a stamp for my jewelry bags. Honestly, a lot of the time it came out kind of wonky because since its shape is a circle, it's hard to get it straight. But I somewhat like it because it has this handmade vibe to it. Still, I also got a rectangle stamp and I'm thinking of using that instead so the stamp isn't so unpredictable.